Today we are going to see about pH scale. It is in page number 148. The term pH means power of hydrogen. So pH scale is a scale. It is used for measuring the hydrogen ion concentration in a solution. pH scale is a scale. It is used to measure the hydrogen ion concentration in a solution. The word P in pH, it means it stands for potence. Actually, it is a German word and meaning for this word is power. So potence means power. Okay. So pH scale, it was first devised by the Dutch biochemist Sorensen in 1909. Sorensen. pH scale is a set of numbers from 0 to 14. 0 to 14. So it is a set of numbers from 0 to 14 which is used to indicate whether a solution is acidic or basic or otherwise neutral solution. See the board. Acids have pH less than 7. Bases have pH greater than 7. A neutral solution has pH equal to 7. Okay, once again I will repeat. pH scale is a set of numbers from 0 to 14. 0 to 14. Which is used to indicate whether a solution is an acid or basis or neutral solution. So acids have generally pH less than 7 and bases have pH greater than 7, that is more than 7. A neutral solution has pH equal to 7. So pH is the negative logarithm of the hydrogen ion concentration. Okay. So pH is the negative logarithm of the hydrogen ion concentration, right? Let me see some of the common acids as well as common bases and its pH range. Okay. So you see the first one. First one is lemon juice. Its pH range is 2. And the second one is vinegar. Its pH range is 3. Next one, fresh milk. The pH range is 5. Next one, human saliva. its pH range is between 6 to 8. And the next one is pure water, its pH range is 7. Next one, tomato juice. For tomato juice, its pH range is 4.2. Okay. So these are some of the common acids, that is examples. Next we will move to the bases. First one, if you take the blood plasma, its pH range is 7.4. Next one, egg white, its pH range is 8. Next one, for sea water, the range is 8. Next one, baking soda, its pH range is 9. And lime water, its pH range is 12. And the last one, coffee, its range is 5.6. Okay, so these are some of the common acids and bases, some examples for common acids as well as for bases. Okay. How can we measure the pH of the given solution using pH paper? The pH of a solution can be determined by using an indicator called the universal indicator. So, the indicator name is universal indicator. This universal indicator, it contains a mixture of dyes. It is available in the form of solution and also it is available in the form of a paper, that is called the pH paper. So this pH paper, it contains a mixture of indicators. Okay. A color guide is provided with the strips of that paper. If you look at that paper, you will see a color guide is provided. Some colors are printed there. It is called the pH paper strips. Okay. So now we have to test for a given solution. What we have to do? A drop of test solution is put on the pH paper. The color of the solution on the pH paper is compared with the color chart which is provided in that pH paper. Okay. And the pH value is read from that color paper, from that color chart. But the values, what you are getting, it is not an accurate value. It is only an approximate value. Okay. So in this manner, we have to identify, we have to check the pH range of a given solution, right? Now we will move to do you know. It is in page number 147. Usually, aerated soft drinks contains dissolved carbon dioxide. So when the bottle is sealed, the dissolved carbon dioxide, that is, it is in the form of a carbonic acid. So, when the bottle is sealed, the dissolved carbon dioxide, it is in the form of a carbonic acid and its formula is H2CO3 and gaseous carbon dioxide. Both are in equilibrium with each other. Okay. So, when you open the bottle, all the gaseous carbon dioxide escapes out. So, this dissolved carbon dioxide try to replace the gas which has lost. So, when you open the bottle, all the carbon dioxide will be gone and blown away in the air. Okay. Role of pH in everyday life. Our body works within the pH range of 7 to 7.8. In our body, different fluids have different pH range. For example, if you take blood, the pH of blood is 7.35 to 7.45. Okay. Living organisms can survive within the narrow pH range. if any fluctuation, that is increase or decrease in this pH range, it may lead to diseases. Sometimes it may lead to death also. So the ideal pH of blood is 7.4. Okay. Second one, pH of soil. pH of the soil is very important in agriculture. For example, if you take citrus fruits, it require somewhat slightly alkaline soil. Okay. At the same time, if you take sugarcane, it requires neutral soil. And also, if you take rice, it requires acidic soil. Okay. So pH of the soil is very essential in agriculture. Next, pH in our digestive system. You know very well that our stomach produces hydrochloric acid. This hydrochloric acid, it helps in digestion of food without harming the stomach. Okay. But during indigestion time, due to the excess secretion of this hydrochloric acid, it may lead to burning sensation, irritation as well as pain. Okay. Next, if you take the stomach fluid, its pH range is approximately 2. This is approximately only. Next, we will move to pH changes as the cause of tooth decay. Okay. pH of saliva, it ranges between 6.5 to 7.5. So pH of saliva, it ranges between 6.5 to 7.5. Okay. In the enamel, actually calcium phosphate is present. Calcium phosphate, actually it is the hardest substance in the body. In our enamel, actually it is present, and its formula is phosphate is the hardest substance in the body. Its formula is Ca3PO4 twice. It is present in the enamel. Okay. If the pH of saliva, it falls below 5.5, the enamel gets weathered. Weathered means the color changes. Okay. So generally we use a toothpaste, isn't it? So toothpaste, it is generally used to clean the teeth. So this toothpaste, it can neutralize the excess acid and prevent the tooth decay. Okay. pH of rainwater. So pH of rainwater is 7. So if the air is polluted with oxide gases of sulfur as well as nitrogen, they get dissolved in rainwater and make the pH less than 7. Okay. Usually the pH of rainwater is 7 only, but if the air is polluted with sulfur as well as nitrogen, when they get mixed with the rainwater, it makes the pH less than 7. If the pH of rainwater is less than 7, then it is called the acid rain. pH less than 7 means acid rain. Okay. When the acid rain flows into the river water, it totally affects the water bodies. Okay. So aquatic life is not at all possible in this type of water bodies. Okay. Ionic product of water. Some substances like water are unique in their ability of acting both as an acid as well as base. Generally, pure water is considered to be the non-conductor of electricity. But some measurements shows that it conducts electricity to a little extent, that is lesser level. So this property is mainly due to the self-ionization of water. Okay. What do you mean by self-ionization? In pure water, a few molecules of water, collide with one another and break into ions. This is due to self-ionization only. Or otherwise we can say that two like molecules react to give ions. This is called the self-ionization. So, two like molecules react to give ions. This is called the self-ionization. Okay. In this process, a proton from one water molecule transfers to another water molecule and forms the hydroxyl ion. That is OH minus ion. Okay. And the proton, it gets dissolved in water and forms the hydronium ion, that is H3O plus ion. Once again I will repeat. In the process of ionization of water, a proton from one water molecule get transferred with another water molecule and forms the hydroxyl ion, that is OH minus. Okay. And the next one, the proton, when it gets dissolved in water and forms the hydronium ion, that is H3O plus ion. Okay. This we can write it as So look at the board here. Two water molecules react to give ions. Okay, that is H3O plus is hydronium ion as well as OH minus ion. This we can write it as in one more form also. So 2H2O gives H3O plus, that is hydronium ion as well as hydroxyl ion. Okay. Here in this equation, the product hydronium formed is a strong acid and hydroxyl, that is OH minus ion is a hydroxyl ion. No, that is a strong base. Both react again to form water. Hence, it is a reversible reaction and also it attains the equilibrium very quickly. Okay. So, the ionization part is very less here. Okay, understood. So, it can be actually, this can be denoted as, that is ionic product of water, it can be denoted as Kw. Kw means ionic product of water. Okay. So mathematically, how we can write this? Let me see now. Kw is equal to, that is Kw concentration of hydronium ion and concentration of hydroxyl ion. Okay. So Kw is equal to hydronium ion concentration as well as hydroxyl ion concentration. This hydronium ion concentration, this simply we can return it as H plus also. We can write it as H plus also. Okay. So Kw is equal to concentration of hydronium ion into OH minus, that is hydroxyl ion. Okay. And its unit is mole square decimeter power minus 6. This is the unit of Kw, that is ionic product of water. Okay.